The following contest is a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Falls Count Anywhere!
The WWE Championship.
And we're coming to you live!
Woo! Yeah! We did it, man! We did it! Oh man! I gotta thank all the fans of the Real Rush, and gotta thank all the actors and the writers and the producers and the directors and everybody who was involved in every movie that we saw in the last year for making this joint right here possible. We did it, baby! Bang your head to the opening riff. It's the Oscar Special 2K19. What's happening, y'all? It's your boy J-Dub here, and welcome to episode 20 of The Real Rush on YouTube, baby. 20 episodes. That's over a third of a year, something like that. My math is on like that, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, 20 episodes. Doesn't matter. That's a milestone. So, woohoo! Thanks for everybody for joining us thus far on these last 20 episodes, and many, many more to come. Anywho, so for episode 20, as I stated at the beginning of the episode during the opening, that got me kind of winded. I had to take a moment actually to just kind of compose myself after that, because that was a lot of. We headbanged for, like, me and Mr. Oscar there, we headbanged for at least a good another 5 or 6 minutes to the opening riff after that, but we cut all that out. That maybe that'll be in the director's cut at some point later on down the road. But yeah. So this is going to be official. I went ahead and decided this over the weekend, hence the lateness of this episode. I do apologize to everybody who was looking forward to this at the normal time over the weekend. But hey, President's Day weekend, a lot of shit done went down, and I decided to go ahead and just go full auto on episode 20, baby, since it's such a big episode, and make this the official Oscar episode special. Oscar special Real Rush 2K19 on episode 20. Who knows if the two will ever combine like that again, if it'll ever be an Oscar special on something like an even number episode, or something like a 5 episode, even like a 55th episode or something like that. Who knows? Probably not, because if it'll be in a year from now, and if we do an episode a week, then that's 52 more episodes, and then that's episode 72. There ain't nothing special about the number fucking 72 when it comes to episodes. Or maybe we can just make it that way, because The Simpsons made 139 episodes spectacular, and they made it spectacular. Yet I digress. So, before we get to the Oscar stuff, it's going to be later on in the episode, we want to do all this weekend's new releases, including 2 triple threat days, one of which being the first ever Real Rush triple threat Thursday. And that was a crazy day because we want rom-com, big budget movie, blockbuster. Main event was Spanish subtitle movie that was over 2 hours. So difficulty setting was yeah. We even caught up on a bunch of streaming stuff, and via Shorts TV sponsored live action and animated shorts. We caught up on those at Cinema Arts yesterday being Sunday. So yeah, we caught up on a bunch of stuff, mostly documentaries and whatnot, but also the short movies, as I just mentioned a second ago, to get in as many Oscar nominations as possible. Hence, once again, because we Deus Ex Machina, we made it so. This is the official Real Rush Oscar special of 2019, 2K19. Anywho, before we get on down to the Oscar brass tacks, we got to get on down to this past weekend's movies that I got reviewed for y'all. So let's get on down to the Real Rush brass tacks when it comes to reviews. First up, on the Real Rush ticket, this episode 20, ladies and gents, let's go to what we saw last Wednesday night. We got the new sequel joint, Happy Death Day to You. And if you saw the first one, this joint picks right up where the first one pretty much left off. But now, Tree Gelman, played by Jessica Roth, howdy man, she's stuck in another time loop with some different implications than the first Happy Death Day. It's not so much of a rehash as there are some new stipulations added into the mixture now. It's got even more of a comedic tone than the first one did. The first one I considered a pretty good balance of comedy horror, a good horror-y or comeder. No, that's way too close to some old school Never Look Away stuff. They're comeder. No. What did I say first? Horror-y. Yes. So this is more comedy than horror, I believe, than the first one was straight up horror-y. Is it as good as the first Happy Death Day? It's not as good as the first, but it's not too far off from the first either. Especially since the first one didn't come out too long ago. That we're only talking about, what, like, not even a year and a half? We're talking like a year and 4 months between movies here. And I don't think that a sequel was... I'm sure that they planned for a sequel if the first one had done well, but I don't think that it was going to come out this quick. And usually if a sequel does come out for a horror movie, or really for any movie, this quick after the first one, usually it ain't too good. But the sequel, this one, didn't feel rushed. So that's most important. It definitely got points for that. Yeah, see it. See Happy Death Day to you, especially if you liked first. So yeah, Happy Death Day to you. Happy Death Day to you. Happy Death Day to you. And I'm gonna drink some water. Da 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 da. Ah, pure life. Life. It's full of pure. So says Nestle. Moving right along on the Real Rush tickets. Let's go on to some of Thursday's movies. We're going Tarantino up our Thursday lineup. Because what did I say to pop off the show here? I said on Thursday I saw a rom-com, then a big budget blockbuster, and then the Spanish subtitle over 2-hour movie. We're going Tarantino up. We're going to go with the second movie that we saw on Thursday evening. We're going to pop things off with one that I've been looking forward to. I know a lot of other people have been looking forward to this joint too. I'm talking about, yes, y'all, Alita, Battle Angel. Yes. The new, and once again, in my honest opinion, highly anticipated joint. Robert Rodriguez, James Cameron. You got Robert Rodriguez directing, James Cameron as a co-producer, and it's an official Lightstorm and Troublemaker Studios collabo. Excuse me. So it's a cyberpunk film. It's based on Japanese manga. Please forgive me for fans of the manga who are fans of the manga, and if I end up fucking up this name, but Ganmu? Is that it? Yes. Maybe I'll put the spelling on the screen there. Yes. Creating more work for myself later on, but that's okay. Yes, that's okay. Alright, so, anyway. New cyberpunk joint. Robert Rodriguez, James Cameron, collabo. So you know the special effects in it are already going to be off the chain, right? And if anybody's seen the trailer, this joint was supposed to come out back in November. It got pushed back. I think it was supposed to come out in November, then it got pushed back to December, then it got pushed back to February. For well good reason. And good things do come to those who wait. Usually that's a sign that a movie is not testing too well. But I hadn't heard if this movie wasn't testing too well or not. Lo and behold, we got ourselves a hot product. Let's get to that. Alright, so Rosa Salazar from the Maze Runner movies. She stars in this as a cyborg who's rebuilt about 500 years in the future from now by a cyborg doctor / scientist, Christoph Waltz, the man. And she begins to learn that there's more to her past than just the fighting skills that she's found herself to be implanted with. Okay? Now this also stars Mahershala Ali, Jennifer Connelly. This is and there's definitely a slick cameo here and there. Yeah. This is definitely a Robert Rodriguez film. You can tell that this is a Robert Rodriguez film. If you're a Robert Rodriguez fan, follower, yes, if you're on that level, you know what I'm talking about. Me, Tarantino, and Rodriguez. Tarantino and Rodriguez are, my top two probably right there. Ain't no probably. There you go. Especially that collabo. If I could do a Grindhouse review, I would. Well, you can see how much my brain is breaking right now, because if you know your Rodriguez flicks, then you know your Rodriguez shit, and this is definitely a Rodriguez movie. Down to, there's even a micro shot-for-shot Easter egg of one of his earlier films. And if you've seen this and you spotted this too, please comment on this video, because I want to know if anybody else spotted it. I'm not going to say it. Nah. Nope. No. If you ask me about it in person or comment on it below on what you think it is, go for it. But I'm not mentioning it. I want to know if anybody else picked up on a little Rodriguez Easter egg too. Okay, so what exactly did I love about the movie? Okay, obviously the visuals. I didn't see this in IMAX because it was playing only in, from what I'm seeing, it's only playing in 3D in IMAX, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna, I know this is a dumbass reason, I wasn't sure if I was gonna have my contacts in that day or not. And yeah, the 3D glasses don't seem like they're gonna fit too well over these. But this is a movie that I would definitely like to see in IMAX. Yes. I did love the humanistic approach, emotion-wise, and all that, story-wise, that the story took. It was a packed house. I saw this at the Angelica. I usually don't see big budget blockbusters at the Angelica, but they got a booming ass system. So keep doing your thing. My people's up at the Angelica. The audience absolutely loved it. And if you can't tell by the way that I've been, mumbling about it throughout the whole review, Alita Battle Angel met the hype and then some. And Alita Battle Angel is now my current, I know, we're only in mid-February, but it is now my current personal favorite movie of the year. I don't think that I could have said that I've, up until this point this year so far, or this season, this Real Rush season, say that I've had a favorite movie of the season so far. There's been a couple that I've been able to say are the best ones of the season, such as Arctic last episode, or the episode before that, one of the last, last episode. But not any that I've been able to say are my, I can say that as a personal favorite of the season. Alita Battle Angel, Alita Battle Angel, you got it going on. Alita Battle Angel, you got it going on. Alita Battle Angel, you got it going on. Alita. Bow, 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 bow. Alita Battle Angel. Yeah. You got it going on. Go see this shit. And you won't be disappointed. I think on this one, I'm going to go ahead and put my dub, Real Rush, stamp of approval guarantee, ta-tang, right on that shit. enjoy Alita Battle Angel. You got it going on. Let's flip on back. Next up on the Real Rush ticket, we're going to flip it backwards to what we saw first on Thursday's Triple Threat. This is the new rom-com satire, Isn't It Romantic? This stars Rebel Wilson as a down-on-her-luck romantic. Like a romantic comedy, right? Now, this particular down-on-her-luck romantic does not believe in all the crap that the rom-coms of age old and age new, past and present, spew upon the masses and whatnot. Now, then she ends up getting mugged and falls and hits her head. Oh shit, it's happened again. That's what, the third one in the last year. So I feel pretty. Let's just ding, pause real quick. Last year, I feel pretty. Amy Schumer. She fell off the exercise bike. Fell and hit her head. Rom-com shit. Just last week, What Men Want, Taraji P. Henson. Drank some mysterious shit. Went out partying with the girls. Fell, hit her head. Rom-com shit. Right here. Isn't it romantic? Rebel Wilson. Get mugged. Falls. Hits head. Rom-com shit. Action. Back to what we were talking about. This one. In this patterned rom-com shit, upon awakening, she finds herself implanted in a PG-13 romantic comedy, complete with like the colors and like the montages and the musical numbers and stuff. This also stars Liam Hemsworth. You also got Adam Devine of Workaholics fame and Priyanka Chopra. I believe I pronounced her name right. Or is she even going by that anymore? Is it now Priyanka Jonas? Priyanka Chopra Jonas? So isn't it romantic? Aside from the humor, maybe needing just a little bit tweaking here and there to, you know, up the value a little bit. I thought it was just a little bit less than solid. I'd say decent. Isn't it romantic? Pretty decent. It did have some pretty LOL moments. I saw it at 3 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon. There were only like 3 of us in the theater. Oh, and that was on Valentine's Day, by the way. This past Thursday was Valentine's Day. No, I didn't feel weird about doing that because I go to the movies by myself all the time. Why is it going to be any different on Valentine's Day? Odds are that there's going to be, if I'm going to the movies on around Valentine's Day weekend, it's going to be some Valentine's Day shit that is going to be playing. Yet I digress. Anywho, back to Isn't It Romantic? It did have 3 solid points. A, the biggest solid point of all, it is a completely self-aware satire. So a little bit more than just a parody of your average run-of-the-mill rom-com. It's a complete self-aware satire of the shit. So yeah, that got solid points. And Real Rush, ding, yes, I probably shouldn't do that because that looks like something completely different. Second solid point, of course, it does have its good morals. And third solid point, not ashamed to admit, and it did make me cry a little bit. So, isn't it romantic? It's a cute movie. You should go see it. You should go see it. You should go see it. I wasn't disappointed. I don't think anybody else would be disappointed either. Go see Isn't It Romantic. Check it out. And moving right along, next up on Real Rush Ticket was the main event, the Thursday night's Triple Threat. First ever Triple Threat Thursday. We saw, also up at the Angelica. So Isn't It Romantic was in Centerville. Alita was at the Angelica. Then this, Angelica, we saw another highly anticipated, in my honest opinion, the new Spanish thriller, Everybody Knows, starring Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem. Now this follows Penelope Cruz as Laura. Laura. Should I try giving it the complete dialect? We'll call her Laura. We'll just call her Laura. Because I'm going to end up mucking it up the entire thing and sound like a schmuck throughout the entire review. So we're just going to call her Laura. So Penelope Cruz, I'm going to Americanize it. So Penelope Cruz stars as Laura. She returns home to Spain with her children in tow, her young son and her teenage daughter, for her sister's wedding. Now while in town, she reunites with an old flame of hers named Paco, played by her real-life husband, Javier Bardem. He's married now, so, they've gone their separate ways. They got their own separate lives. Now, he helps her out when her teenage daughter is suddenly kidnapped during the wedding. That's not giving away too much because it's in the trailer, if you've seen it. If you haven't seen the trailer, definitely check it out. Maybe you want to see it that much more. I was going to see it anyway because it was playing at the Angelica. Yet I digress. But as a result of this kidnapping, hidden shit, past and present, starts to surface, and trust bonds are pretty severely tested between family and just others who were at the party or whatnot. Everybody knows. Wow. Yeah, man. Again, it's subtitled and it's over 2 hours long. And I saw this as the main event. It was like a 10:30. Yes, it was a 10:30 showing of Thursday. And at the end of this movie, just sitting there for a second, just. Whew. So it must have been good for it to have that slot and have it hold your boy's attention, because that is not an easy task to do. 3 movies in one day, especially ending it on a subtitle joint. So everybody knows it delivers on so many levels, especially with the performances. Penelope Cruz, Javier Bardem, but that should go without saying because they deliver solid performances in pretty much anything that they're in. It minimally uses a music score. It relies more on ambient sounds for tension, and that works fantastically for it. How this didn't get any type of well, I don't want to go too much into how this didn't get any type of Oscar or any type of major awards attention or anything, but yeah, everybody knows. See this, like I said, it's now playing at the Angelica. It might be playing in another couple art houses around your area or whatnot, but in the Nova area, Northern Virginia area, DC metropolitan area, it's definitely playing at the Angelica. Go check it out. Yes, everybody knows and love it. And last but most certainly not least, on this episode's Real Rush Ticket, as far as reviews go, we have the last of this year's Best Foreign Language Film Oscar nominees that we need to see part as the Real Rush. I am talking about Never Look Away. We saw that yesterday. Never Look Away. Hailing from Germany, this follows the romance between an art student and the daughter of a renowned professor who strongly opposes against the relationship. Now, his opposition of the relationship is, as far as I'll say, not his only bond between the two. Yes. Now, I saw this first yesterday. This clocks in at just over 3 hours. So it's got to be good, and it's got to be damn good to hold anybody's attention for that long. Oh, and it was a packed house yesterday at Cinema Arts. Middle of the afternoon, 2 o'clock showing to see this joint. Is it damn good? Absolutely. Great great, 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 great screenplay. The comedy, the drama, the shock elements, the thrilling elements, yes, it's all there. It's all there. Again, this is up for Best Foreign Language Film this coming Sunday at the 91st Annual Academy Awards. It's definitely worthy of its Oscar contendership, not only for that category, but it's also up for Best Cinematography. Yes, it's worthy of that as well. It's the same as everybody knows. This is a limited release, and you do want to see this, especially since it is up for previously mentioned Oscars, cinematography, which will now be shown during the telecast. That's awesome, not during the commercials like a damn third down on a football game or some shit like that. Yet I digress. But yeah, this didn't get nominated for nothing. Check it out as soon as possible if you can, before this Sunday, before the Oscars. Again, you're playing, or if you are in the DC metropolitan area, more specifically the Nova area, this is playing at Cinema Arts and the Angelica. So don't miss it. Check it out before this Sunday, before we get to the Oscars, baby. And speaking of the Oscars, that's what we're going to do for the second half of our show here this evening, ladies and gentlemen, or today, ladies and gentlemen, depending on when y'all seeing this. I keep forgetting about that part, you know, being on a virtual medium. We're not on broadcast at any specific time as if I had my own network. That'd be kind of cool, maybe someday. But anywho, we're going to take a little breakskis here. We'll be back here with y'all in a second for the second half of our show of the Real Rush Oscar Special 2K19. The second half of our show will actually be talking about Oscar shit, baby. We got the ballot. So take a breather, and I think there's a wrestling match still on.
What's you thinking here? What's you thinking here? Oh shit! Just bouncing Rey Mysterio's head off of the fucking thing like a goddamn watermelon. AJ's going for the Styles Clash! He says that's not enough! He can't be thinking! Styles Clash on the announce table! 5-star match! 1, 2! Rey Mysterio somehow kicking out! You gotta be shitting me! These men have given it everything they've absolutely got!
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be chewing on each other for a minute. So welcome back to episode 20 of The Real Rush right here on YouTube, ladies and gents. Welcome back to our second half of this episode, which, as promised, is the Oscar section of the Oscar Special 2K19 of The Real Rush, ladies and gents. Now, what part is going to make this so special is I'm going to do something that I've never done as far as The Real Rush goes before. I've done it in the past, but not officially under The Real Rush. Now, for the Golden Globes, I just kind of came on here and announced who I thought was going to win and whatnot. Oh, by the way, well, let's get to that here in a second. What I'm going to do here on this episode, ladies and gents, is I have nothing picked for this Sunday's Oscar ballot. My ballot here, I know I got 3 sheets of it just in case I fuck it up, but as you can see here, all 3 sheets are completely empty. Completely empty, okay? I have filled out shit. It's got a couple ink smudges and shit, and this one is the right one because it's got a little ink splash right above visual effects there. Anywho, so I have not picked out this. This is by courtesy of the Gold Knight on Instagram. Check out his information right on there. Hooked us up with the ballots for last year, and that's what I used for last year's Real Rush Oscar Sunday. Yeah, it's time to get down to the Oscar shit, baby. Alright, so, first up, before we get down to our picks here, so this is the ballot. Let's put a picture of it up on the screen. Okay? So that's what the ballot looks like. Go ahead and take up the whole screen. That's fine. That's fine. If you have to do that, that's fine. If not, then right there will do too. Right there will do? Yeah, right there will do. Okay, cool. So, that's the ballot, right? On that ballot, there are 53 nominated movies altogether. Now, you have a couple movies on there that have been nominated multiple times for, you know, actor, actress, picture, cinematography, so on and so forth, screenplay, so on and so forth. Okay, out of those 53 nominations, your boys saw 48 of them. It might actually be easier to show how many of them I didn't see. So I didn't see 5 of them. Didn't see 5 of them. Those are the 5 I didn't see. So yeah. Let's go ahead. And right here, right now, I'm going to pick right here on episode 20 my picks for the 91st annual. What you calls it? Academy Awards. Alright. So. This pen. Make sure it works. Alright. Pen works. Alright. So, it's going to be right here. Again, the ballot. It's completely empty. Let's go ahead and go on down the list here. Should I start with the big stuff first? Or should we go... No, let's start with the little stuff first. Well, not the little stuff. Not the little stuff. Not the little stuff. I apologize. Let's go everything up to actors, actresses, and best picture last. Okay? Okay. So best visual effects. The nominees are Avengers Infinity War, Christopher Robin, First Man, Ready Player One, and Solo: A Star Wars Story. Best visual effects, huh? Excuse me. Well, it's gonna come down to a First Man or Ready Player One. That's hands down. As much as I want to say Ready Player One, I think First Man takes best visual effects. I will post a picture of this actual ballot on my Instagram later on. So that's best visual effects. Next up, best production design. The nominees are Favorite, Black Panther, First Man, Mary Poppins Returns, and Roma. Best production design. Easy. I'm going with the Favorite. Favorite. Best production design. Let's do best sound mixing. We have the nominees are Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, Roma, and A Star Is Born. For this one, yes. I believe it's going to come down to First Man and A Star Is Born. I'm going to say First Man. Because for best sound editing, the nominees are Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, A Quiet Place, and Roma. And with that one, I'm going with A Quiet Place. Let's do best okay, let's do best original score. Haha. We have the nominees for best original score are Black Panther by Ludwig Göransson, Black Klansman by Terrence Blanchard, If Beale Street Could Talk by Nicholas Britell, Isle of Dogs by Alexandra Desplat, and Mary Poppins Returns by Mark Shaiman. I believe it's going to come down between Blanchard and Britell. I'm going to go with Terrence Blanchard for Black Klansman. Yeah. We'll come back to best original score, so we'll put a little circle around that shit. Okay, so best original song. Let's move on to that. The nominees are All the Stars from Black Panther, I'll Fight from RBG, The Place Where Lost Things Go from Mary Poppins Returns, Shallow from A Star Is Born, and When a Cowboy Trades His Spurs for Wings from The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. It's going to come down to All the Stars and Shallow. Shallow's been cleaning it up. God damn it. And as much as I want to say All the Stars, I have to pick Shallow from A Star Is Born. Best Film Editing. The nominees are Black Klansman, Barry Alexander Brown, Bohemian Rhapsody, John Ottman, The Favorite, Yorgos Mavrosaridis, Green Book, Patrick J. Don Vito, and Vice, Hank Corwin. Best Film Editing. Vice, Hank Corwin. My bad. Alright. I was about to come back to best original score. We'll come back to that in a second. Best costume design. Nominees are Ballad of Buster Scruggs, Mary's Offers, Black Panther, Ruth Carter, The Favorite, Sandy Powell, Mary Poppins Returns, also Sandy Powell, holy shit, Mary Queen of Scots, Alexander Byrne. Well, no matter what, Sandy Powell's walking away with this, and we're going ahead and giving it to The Favorite. Boom. Next up, we'll do best makeup and hairstyling. The nominees are Border, Goran Lundstrom and Pamela Goldhammer, Mary Queen of Scots, Jenny Shirkor, Mark Pilcher and Jessica Brooks, Vice, Greg Canham, Kate Biscoe, and Patra Dehaney. And I'm going to go with Vice. Booyah. Before I move on, revisiting best original score. The reason I was pausing there came down to Black Klansman, Terrence Blanchard, and If Beale Street Could Talk, Nicholas Britell. I'm still going to stick with it, so we are going to go ahead and put a check here by that, but it's within the circle, and I'll make sure that it doesn't clash in case I do win that category. Okay, so Terrence Blanchard, Black Klansman. Alright, next up, let's do Best Short Animated, and the nominees are Animal Behavior, Bow, Late Afternoon, One Small Step, Weekends. Bow, Late Afternoon, One Small Step. We're all really, well, actually, these are all really good. I'm sticking with Bow, though. So, booyah. Let's move on to Best Short Live Action. The nominees are Detainment, Fauve, Marguerite, Mother, and Skin. Easy pickings. I'm going with Skin. Let's do Best Documentary Short. The nominees are Black Sheep, Endgame, Lifeboat, A Night at the Garden, and Period End of Sentence. I didn't see Lifeboat or A Night at the Garden. I'm going to go with Black Sheep from what I saw. I want to go with Endgame, but that shit was heavy. And this is one of the categories that in order to catch up on the last couple days when I wanted to go marathon it, I forgot how heavy last year's marathon was because usually this is some heavy shit. So, yeah, all that just to get to this. Hence, next up, Best Documentary Feature. And the nominees are Free Solo, Hill County This Morning, This Evening, Minding the Gap, A Fathers and Sons, and RBG. The only one I didn't see of these was Hale County This Morning, This Evening. Excuse me. And I'm going to go with Minding the Gap. It's on Hulu. If you get a chance to check it out, check it out. Booyah. Yeah. So next up, we're going to go with Best Cinematography. The nominees are Cold War by Lucas Zal, The Favorite by Robbie Ryan, Never Look Away, Caleb Deschanel, Roma by Alfonso Cuarón, and A Star Is Born by Matthew Libatique. Best cinematography. It's going to come down to a favorite in Roma, but I'm sticking with Roma under that category. And that moves us right along to, let's go with Best Foreign Language Film. Let's go ahead with that. We have, the nominees are, I've been pronouncing it Capernaum, but I believe it's Capernaum from Lebanon, Cold War from Poland, Never Look Away from Germany, Roma, Mexico, from Mexico, and Shoplifters from Japan. I think Roma's going to win this one. But my backing is where we split. I'm actually going with Capernaum for Best Foreign Language Film. Yeah. Capernaum. Booyah. Best Foreign Language Film. So that takes care of all these categories down here on the bottom. That leads us up to, let's go to Best Adapted Screenplay. The nominees are The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, Black Klansman, Can You Ever Forgive Me, If Beale Street Could Talk, and A Star Is Born. come back to that one. Let's do Best Original Screenplay. And the nominees are The Favorite, First Reformed, Green Book, Roma, and Vice. This is another sharp-ass category, too. It's going to be a triple threat between The Favorite, Green Book, and Vice. I'm going to go with The Favorite. And for Best Adapted Screenplay, I'm going to go with... I have to go with The Beale Street Could Talk. Boom. There it is. Laid down. Here. Episode 20 of The Real Rush. Alright. We're down to the final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 categories here. Let's do Best Animated Feature. The nominees are Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs, Mirai, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, Ralph Breaks the Internet, aka Wreck-It Ralph 2, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. All the way. I'm hanging with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I think that's going to take it all the way. Remember, that came up and won Best Animated Feature at the Golden Globes this past, just a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I'm still sticking with that. Best Supporting Actress, the nominees are Amy Adams for Vice, Marina de Tavira for Roma, Regina King for If Beale Street Could Talk, Emma Stone for The Favorite, and Rachel Weisz for The Favorite. I still think that Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz are canceling each other out for this category. I had Regina King for Golden Globe. She won it for that category in the Golden Globe. Is there? I don't remember if there's a different category for Best Supporting Actress. Well, she got the Best Supporting Actress Golden Globe. It's going to come down to her between her and Marina de Tavira. I think Marina de Tavira takes it. Which brings us to Best Supporting Actor. And the nominees are Mahershala Ali, Green Book, Adam Driver, Black Klansman, Sam Elliott, A Star Is Born, Richard E. Grant, Can You Ever Forgive Me, and Sam Rockwell for Vice. I'm sticking with Mahershala Ali for Green Book. That brings us to, let's do Best Director. Best Director. The nominees are, and if you stuck with us this far, thank you very much, ladies and gents, just to see what The Real Rush picks on. Official. Not First Academy Awards. So Best Director. The nominees are Black Klansman, Spike Lee, Cold War, Pavel Pawlikowski. Let me try that one again. Pavel Pawlikowski. Pavel Pawlikowski. Pavel Pawlikowski. Ah, yes. Pavel Pawlikowski. Pavel Pawlikowski. Pavel Pawlikowski. Yes. Pavel Pawlikowski. Alright. So Black Klansman, Spike Lee, Cold War, Pavel Pawlikowski. The Favorite, Yorgos Lanthimos. Roma, Alfonso Cuarón. And Vice, Adam McKay. That's another tough category too. But I'm sticking with Roma, Alfonso Cuarón. Best Director. That's going to lead us to, we're going to do Best Actor. The nominees are, we're going WWE style. We're doing Best Actor first. So that way we save the best for last. We'll do Best Actress after this. Best Actor. The nominees are Christian Bale for Vice, Bradley Cooper for A Star Is Born, Willem Dafoe for At Eternity's Gate, Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody, and Viggo Mortensen for Green Book. It's going to come down to Christian Bale for Vice, or Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody. Christian Bale's got a lot of steam going into this. Rami Malek just beat him at the BAFTAs for Best Actor. I think the same's going to happen at the Oscars. I think Rami Malek is going to walk away with Best Actor for his portrayal of Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody at the Oscars this coming Sunday, which leads us to Best Actress. Excuse me. And the nominees are Alita Aparicio, Roma; Glenn Close, The Wife; Olivia Colman, The Favorite; Lady Gaga, A Star Is Born; and Melissa McCarthy, Can You Ever Forgive Me? This is a close, excuse me, a close fucking category. I bet against Glenn Close at the Golden Globes. She got it. Olivia Colman also got it at the Golden Globes for the comedy and musical section. But I'm going to go with another sleeper on this one. And I'm going to go first timer, Alita Aparicio, Roma, Best Actress. And that leads us to, last but most certainly not least, ladies and gents, Best Picture. The nominees are Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, A Star Is Born, and Vice. Now, when it comes to Best Picture, ever since they widened it a couple years back, I started to pick 2 nominees, with the exception of 2000. I don't remember if I picked 2 for the Academy Awards 2 years ago, because that was the year that I picked La La Land, and that was the year that I cheered for La La Land when it won, for the 2 seconds that it won Best Picture, until they figured out that Moonlight won, which kudos to Moonlight. But yeah, last year I picked 2. I picked Lady Bird and 3 Billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. Neither of them won, because The Shape of Water won Best Picture. But I'm still going to pick 2 again this year, give them the wide array. And my 2 picks, Best Picture, are, it's either going to be Black Klansman, or it's going to be Roma. Like I said, Roma's got a serious threat, or it is a serious threat, to walk away with both Best Picture and Best Foreign Language Film this year. I'm still putting my backing behind Capernaum, because it was just that much of a stronger film, I believe. But yeah, those are my picks right there, ladies and gents. Now you may see that it's got marks and shit on it, if you can see that far. But I will put this, if I can scan this onto my, Instagram a little bit later on. I will do so. But boom, there we go. That's our Oscar shit. Those are our Oscar picks. And before we close out this episode, ladies and gents, your boy just needs to take a little bit of a water break, so pardon you, bruh. Let's see if that wrestling match is still going on, yeah?
AJ got the knees up on top of Rey Mysterio, going for the Styles Clash. Is this gonna be it? One more time. 1, 2. AJ Styles said, "Not tonight, motherfucker." A dozen firemen carry neck breakers. And another one, including the Styles Clash. Oh, we didn't even get to see that. What's up with our production team?
Here's your winner.
You guys are all fucking fired.
WWE Champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
That's right, it's still your WWF Champion AJ Styles in a hellacious 5-star matchup. Thanks for joining us here, WWF Elimination Chamber tonight, live from the T-Mobile Arena, Vegas, everybody. Good night, everybody.
Welcome back to episode 20 of the Real Rush, ladies and gents. Thank you for hanging with us through this double-wide, long-ass episode, Oscar special, 2K19. Ladies and gents, thank you so much for tuning in. Each and every single one of y'all have been tuning in each and every week. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Real Rush. If y'all have any questions, comments, anything like that, go ahead and type those on down below here on the YouTube page. Please continue to subscribe if you haven't done so that way you can stay up to date on any videos that come out well before my Instagram and Facebook get hit with the previews and whatnot. If you own my Instagram or Facebook, that is. I'm going to hit you with the Instagram detail in a second. In the meantime, please continue to spread the word of the Real Rush like everybody should be spreading love, ladies and gents. Stay tuned to next week's episode, episode 21, where I will have reviewed for y'all. We'll have Fighting With My Family and How to Drain Your Dragon, The Hidden World, the last in the trilogy. So, as I was saying a second ago, you may follow a bloke. You may follow a bloke on Instagram for my live movie check-ins as they occur. That is at JW Champion, hashtag The Real Rush. And for The Real Rush, I am your boy J-Dub. Thank you once again for tuning in, everybody. Ladies and gents, have fun, y'all. Love J-Dub. Enjoy yourselves when you're at the movies. When you're at the movies, remember, shut the lips. Keep the cell phones on silent and all the way, turn down brightness all the way, and smartwatches, everything turned down. Be on time to the movies, and for the Real Rush. We'll see you next Real Rush! Peace out!